Since the year 1500, the Brazilian forests have been invaded and robbed by powerful groups. From that time onwards, the scheme has grown and improved. Now, the thieves also use drones, cell phones, computers, and they do all of that shamelessly. Our team has investigated the land grabbing industry, and we're gonna tell you how these millionaire groups operate in Brazil. Here's the spoiler: it's a professional scheme. In 2020, the highest deforestation in the history of the Amazon rainforest was detected. In a matter of months, 16,000 acres of forest turned into smoke. This amounts to 6,500 soccer fields. The region is located in the south of the state of Pará. Those responsible invested about $2.5 million in deforestation. A few chainsaws here, a couple of fires there, and finally, plenty of pastures. Once it's cleared, this area can be worth more than $20 million. With that much profit, the real estate market has been heating up. Anyone interested in taking part in the theft of public land can simply get in touch with one of the many realtors in the region. The ads are brazen, and the commissions are in the millions. We spoke with realtors who offered various farm options. Prices would range from around $5 million to $20 million. And here's an important detail. For the scheme to work, the criminals need to properly pick the area. They don't want to invade private property or a protected area, which would only cause them trouble. The main target of this market are unassigned public lands, the so-called glebes, which belong to the Brazilian people and have not been converted to conservation units, indigenous lands, nor private properties. 40% of the tree cutdowns between 2013 and 2020 happened in those areas. They are the go-to option for land grabbing or grilagem. In the old days, land documents were forged with the use of crickets or grilos, the actual insects. That's because the animal's poop has an aging effect on paper. That's where the Brazilian word comes from. Land grabbers today use other tricks, such as the online document called Rural Environmental Registration, the CA in Portuguese. It is far from being a property title, but in the hands of land grabbers, it disguises the crime. To do the registration, you have to hire an experienced professional. That's where the land grabbing engineers come in. They take huge farms and turn them into smaller areas, as if they were a puzzle. With that, it is easier to put the property documents in order. In southern Amazonas, the fellings have advanced at an intense level. That's where the glebe of João Bento is located. Like termites in the woods, loggers have been devastating this area and have already turned half of it into pastures. In the past 9 years, 45,000 trucks loaded with logs were taken from the glebe of João Bento. If you lined them up, the vehicles would form a 280-mile chain. It's the same as the distance between the cities of São Paulo and Curitiba. The glebe of João Bento is the last barrier before an important block of protected areas. Nearby, there is also the Caxaraí indigenous land, which loggers are already invading.
Meu avô, por aqui mesmo, por onde agora tudo é fazenda, não era fazenda, aqui era só floresta mesmo, né? Não existia negócio de fazenda, não. Agora a nossa área indígena está cercado de fazenda, né? Só onde tem mato mesmo, só onde nossa área que está demarcado, né? E mesmo assim os fazendeiros vão e encostam mesmo na nossa divisa, né?
Aí eu já fui ameaçado, né? Já com armas na minha casa, ameaçaram eu, a minha família, né? Falando que se eu continuasse a denunciar, tá passando o conhecimento daquilo que está acontecendo dentro da aldeia, eles iam eliminar minha família.
Of the more than 330,000 cleared acres in the glebe of João Bento, half was felled during Bolsonaro's administration. All throughout the Amazon, deforestation in public lands without destination rose almost 80% from 2019 to 2021 when compared to the 3 previous years. One of the most efficient ways to protect the forest is to transform the glebes into conservation units or indigenous lands. But that is exactly what Bolsonaro did not do. During all of his administration, a total of 0 conservation units and 0 indigenous lands were created. This omission comes from previous administrations, and the land grabbers still count on the help of congresspeople to change the law. It works like this. The land grabber invades the public land, clears the forest, then lobbies to change the rules, and there you go, it's legalized. We're talking about a gigantic machine with a lot of people involved, from the powerful who fill their pockets to those who do the heavy lifting of felling the forest. While a few make a lot of money, the rest of the whole world pays the price of the destruction of the largest tropical forest in the planet, which is key to contain global warming. Access the Intercept Brazil website to read the full series of stories. This project was supported by the Pulitzer Center's Rainforest Investigation Network and the Center for Climate Crime Analysis.